Is it just me, or is it too hot in here? Might be because of the next Nanoblock set, guys. I hope I can cool down after this video. Hiya guys, Storm 20111 back again with a Pokemon Nanoblock video unboxing build, and this time we are doing Moltres, the Fire Legendary Bird Pokemon. And this one you can find on the victory route as you are heading to the Pokemon League. Now, I'm expecting this to have quite a few fiery essences to it, as well as the main body of it. So I'm looking forward to this. And of course, if you do have a favorite bird legendary Pokemon in the Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow, or maybe the Kanto Region variant forms, do let me know in the comments below. So let's see how many bags we've got this time. Because Zapdos, it was a level 4 build, and I did find it a bit funny at times, but we did manage to build it, no problem, and it's hanging out in my little collection. So we've got 4, and I can see that there's plenty of the burning orange in it, and the obviously orange colors in it. We've also got some see-through bricks. So I'm going to take a look at the instructions, guys, and if I am to guess correctly, no, it is not double-sided. It is all on one side, which is brilliant. So now I'm going to get started on sorting out all the pieces. Before I begin, guys, I just want to point out that I am also active on the community tab here on the YouTube channel. I do all sorts of things, from posting pictures to my latest projects, as well as polls which will affect the Twitch and YouTube channel. So please do spend a couple of minutes checking out all my community posts, and of course, enjoy the video. Okay, first of all, I'd like to apologize for that little lag that we suffered at the beginning of the video. It has been fixed, and we are raring to go. So let's start off with the meat of the map. Well, something very interesting. We've got quite a lot of light brownish pieces right here. So I have got. Oh, it's a little slow. So I do apologize for anything that might happen. Let me just adjust this. Okay, we're all good. So let's start off with this color right here, the lightest, sort of like the creamy brownish sort of color. So we've got 4 T's right here, then 4 2x2s right here at the bottom. Next up, I've got 20 L's right here. This is all for Moltres' body, and of course we've also got 14 2x3s right here. Then right here in the middle of my tray, I have a 1x3s. I've got 15 of these, 16 1x2s, and 10 1x1s right here. So that's it for the body for Moltres. Next up, we've got the orange pieces, which will act like the base of the flames for Moltres. I've got 3 orange 2x3s right here, 6 1x3s in orange. In orange again, I've got 9 1x1s, 21 1x2s, I know that's a lot, 8 L's, 8 orange L's, and that is it for the orange pieces. Next up, we're going to move into the see-through red pieces, and these can be a little bit tricky to see, especially in my red tray, so if you're going to be doing this build, guys, try not to do it in the red tray. Try to get something like a white or yellow, or something that can easily spot the red, like a lighter color. Carrying on, in the see-through reds, I've got 23 1x2s right here. I've sorted it all out oddly, I know, but hopefully this will help me out with the build later on in the video. Then I've got 3 2x3s right here. A 1x3, right where my stylus pointer is pointing to. L's, I have 8 of those, and 6 1x1s right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that is it. Then, carrying on with the see-through pieces, I've got 2 2x3s right here to act like the base for the model, and 8 1x2s as the stand for the model. Then I've got some brown pieces, some light brown, so they are a little tricky to spot, and you have to be careful when you do organize your pieces before you do your build. That way you can get the color correct. So I've got some light brown 1x3s here, and some T's right here on the model, right here as well. And I've also got 2 black 1x1s, and 4 white 1x1s. So that's it for the pieces. Hopefully nothing will go wrong with the recording of this video. I'm going to get started on part 1 of the build, where we're going to be working on part of Moltres' body, and apparently its tail feathers. Okay, so part 1 of the build is completed, and it's really easy to do this once you get a rhythm to everything. I started off with the creamish 1x2 right here. Then on both the left and the right hand sides, like a sort of like a mirror build for this for these pieces. It is a 1x3 here and here, so that it then brings in the orange 1x3 to connect everything together, so that it's attaching the tail feathers onto the body. Then I've also got a 1x1 orange here, and again here, and making sure that there is a little 1 peg gap between the orange and the creamy pieces here. Then on top of those orange pieces is a see-through red 2x3 right here. Hopefully you guys can see it on the camera. And then right here in the middle is a orange 1x3 right on top of that. It's starting to build up the foundation for Moltres' feathers. Tail feathers and its body, so hopefully in step 2 we can carry on working on that. Okay, so step 2 is completed, and there is something on my mind with after completing this step. It's a bit insecure right now, but hopefully in the later step we can stabilize everything and make sure that there's no wobbling whatsoever. So I began with the creamy brown 2x3 right here as my foundation brick, which helps connect the 1x3s and the 1x2 from the first step. Then I applied the cream tea right here to help give it a bit more stabilization and security. And then to fill in the gaps, it is 2 cream L's, where the gaps on this one is facing southeast and this one facing southwest, so that it starts to form a body for Moltres. Then, right behind the T in the middle right here is an orange 1x1, followed by a see-through red 2x3 to connect the 1x3 from before together. And this is where the shaking is coming from. So I'm trying to not move it around too much, otherwise it'll come loose and it might fall out of place later on. Then behind it is an orange 2x3, then a see-through red 1x1, and an orange 1x2. So we are slowly getting towards building more of the tail feathers for Moltres, but the loose pieces is starting to worry me a bit, but hopefully in the next step that'll all be fixed. Okay, good news and bad news. Good news is step 3 is completed. The bad news is it's still a little loose. But I have looked into the instructions, and it looks like we're going to have to build the entire model first before we resolve the shaking on the back right here. So let's go over what we've done on step 3. I began with another light creamy brownish 2x3 right here. Then another 2x3 right here, followed by a 1x3. And then, of course, I've also put on another 2 1x3s here and here, and of course it's all connected right around so that it forms part of Moltres' body. Then on the back I started off with a little differently from my usual methods. I began with an orange 2x3 right here to go over the see-through 2x3 and another piece from earlier in the build. I believe it is, yes, another orange 2x3. Then I applied a red see-through 1x3, sorry, 1x1 right here, followed by 2 orange 1x2s, one here and one here, followed by a red see-through 1x3 to help create more of the flame effects. So the stability issue, well, the shaking issue with the tail isn't going to go away right now, but hopefully later on in the build it will. So I'm now going to move on to step 4 to carry on building more of Moltres' body as well as part of its tail feathers. Step 4 is now over and done with, and we are done with the tail feathers for the time being. Let me tell you what I started off with. I started off with a light brown 2x3 right here as a foundation brick for this step. Then another 2x3 here, and again here, so that it starts to form more of Moltres' body. Then a 1x3 just to finish everything off. Then here at the back is an orange 1x1, followed by a see-through red 1x2. So that is everything for part 4 of the build. I'm now going to get to work on step 5, where we're going to be building more of Moltres' body. So we're now done with step 5 of the build, and we are going to be doing more of Moltres' body. I began with a cream tea, creamish tea, and the odd peg is facing towards the tail feathers of Moltres' body. Then I applied 2x3s here and here, so that it starts to help form more of Moltres' spine, curved body for the fight. Then to finish it off, it is another creamish 1x3 right here to help with that curve. So with that over and done with, I'm now going to move on to step 6, where we're going to be working on more of the upper body of Moltres. And it's really easy. It's just 2 2x3s and 2 1x2s of the same color. So it's these right here. So it's just placing 1 and 2, and then on the side, the 1x2s, link it all up together. And that's it. So now I'm going to turn it around for step 7, where it is really easy. I just need 2 orange, a orange 2x3 and a 1x3, followed by place it by the 2x3 underneath here, and I can still sense the odd looseness right here on the tail feathers. Then an orange 1x3 right here, followed by a see-through red 1x2 right here at the back, and then to connect everything together, it is a orange 1x3. And there we go. So this is what the model should look like after step 7 of the build. And now we're going to move on to another part of Moltres. We're now going to move on to step 8, where it's a 10-part step. And we got to start off with the foundation for Moltres' head. Okay, so part 1 of step 8 is over and done with, and it's just really a nice, easy foundation step part for the step with the neck of Moltres. So we've got a light brown 2x3 right here and here, and then it's just another 1x3 right here, so that everything is starting to form the base of Moltres' neck. So with that over and done with, I'm now going to move on to part 2 of step 10, where we're going to build up more of Moltres' head. Okay, so we're now done with part 2 of step 8, and it was a nice way to connect everything together. We've begun with a brown, light brownish 2x3 right here, where it covers half of the 2x3 here, and the 2x3s and 1x3s here. Then it is 2 light brown L's, where the gaps are facing northwest on this one, and northeast on this brick right here. So that's how it all should look like. Then in between the gaps made by the two L's, it is a 1x3 right here, so that it helps set everything up for these two here. For this one, the two L's, the first L has the gap facing southeast, and the one on the left is facing southwest. So that's where the head for Moltres should be at this point of the build. And now I'm going to move on to part 3 of step 8, where we're going to be working on some of Moltres' eyes. Part 3 of step 8 is almost over and done with. I just thought I'd show you guys what I've done so far before doing the full final assembly for this step. I began with the eyes for Moltres. I've done the black 1x1s on the left and the right hand side. Then whites 1x1s right behind it, so that it does form the pupils for Moltres. Then it is 2 cream L's, one here and one here. It's in this step, this part, how I did this was kind of like a mirror build, which works perfectly for me. Then to fill in the gap left by the 2 L's right here is another 1x3 right here, followed by another 1x3 right here, all in the light browns. Then I grabbed a T right here so that it finishes off forming more part of Moltres' head. But now we do have 2 more pieces to add, and it's these light brown 1x3s. The pieces I've been using are the flaming orange, I believe. So we just put the light browns 1x3s, one on top of the other, so that it looks like this. And then we place it in the gap, the other side of the T, and we have formed Moltres' beak, which is absolutely brilliant. And we can now move on to part 4 of the build, where we're going to finish off building Moltres' eyes and working on more of it on its head. Part 4 of step 8 is over and done with, and we have finished off the eyes for Moltres. The white 1x1s here, they are on top of the previous white 1x1s from part 3. But first I started off with the creamish 1x3 right here, and another one right here to cover up the black 1x1. Then a 1x2 again, so that it again does the same with the 1x3 from earlier. Then of course I applied the white L's, the white 1x1s, and I also grabbed the cream L's so that they are filled with the gaps are filled by the white 1x1s. Then a cream T right here so that it helps form the back of Moltres' head. So with that part of the step over and done with, I'm now going to move on to part 5 of step 8, where we're going to be working on the crown of Moltres. Part 5 is now over and done with, and it was really easy. I started off a little bit differently from my usual method. I began with the cream L's, where the gaps, one here and one here, the gap on the right is facing the northwest, and the one on the left is facing the northeast. And the gaps are filled by the cream 2x3, as you can see right here in the middle. And then to fill in the gap left behind by the L's, not the deliberate northeast and northwest, there is an orange 1x2 right here, so that it forms part of Moltres' flaming tuft on its top. So with that over and done with, we are going to be working on more on that flame for the crown of Moltres, and that will begin on part 6 of step 8. We're now done with part 6 of the build, and it is really easy. We're just working, we just started off with a see-through red 1x2 right here, and then I grabbed 3 more orange 1x2s to go around it to help create the fiery effects that come from Moltres' head. So that is over and done with. I'm now going to carry on with working on that effect with part 7 of step 8. Okay, so part 7 of step 8 is complete, and it was really simple. I began with a see-through red 1x1 right here to carry on with what we did from the previous part of the step. then 3 more orange 1x2s to create something like a wrench effect again, like we did in part 6 of step 8. And then to fill in the gap for that wrench is a see-through red 1x2 right here at the back. So that is it for part 7. Part 7 of the model. I'm now going to get to work on part 8, but I'm going to do this off camera because something tells me this might be a bit of a tricky part of the step. Okay, so we are done with part 8 of step 8, and I was a little nervous about this, I'm not going to lie, but we did manage to get through it. So I began with the see-through red 2x3 right here, so that it covers what we did earlier in part 7 of step 8. Then I grabbed a see-through red 1x1 right here to create more of that flaming effect for Moltres. And then an orange 1x1 right here so that it tops everything up. Now for part 9, I'm going to do this on camera, which I love doing for these Nanoblock videos. It's starting off with an orange 1x2 right here, and then a see-through red right here. And that's all there is to it. So I'm now going to get to work on part 10 of step 8. But before we do that, I have a friendly little message to share with you. Do you like what you see on the screen? The link to the video will be down in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But for now, we're going back to the build. And don't forget guys, you can catch me creating more of content like what you see behind me right now on Twitch or on Facebook Games. You can always check out the links down below or in the channel description so that you can find where I am, and you can also join in and watch me play some fun games like World of Warcraft, Classic Hardcore, or maybe even some Persona 5. But right now, it is Pokemon time, and for part 10 of step 8, before we do the final assembly, we begin with an orange 1x2 right here. And then there is a reason for these pieces. I've got 2 see-through reds right here, and then 1x2 orange, all 3 of those pieces. So we do a orange in the middle of a step effect, as such, and then we apply the see-through red right behind the orange 1x2 that we started off with. And this is what Moltres' head should look like. And now we can finally attach it onto the main body. And we gotta make sure that this section of the neck is right over here. And I knew this was gonna happen. I just knew it. And voila! Moltres' head is now attached to its body. And with that over and done with, the body is complete, and we've also done the crown of the head. We're now going to do the wings of Moltres at the same time like we did with the Zapdos video. So it's going to be parts 9 and 10, both at the same time. So I'm going to get to work on step 1 of parts 9 and 10. Okay, quick heads up guys, if you don't feel comfortable doing this at the same time, don't be afraid to do it one wing at a time, and of course pause my video or go back, whatever feels comfortable to you. This is just how I'm going to do it for the purpose of the video. And I've got part 9 on the left here, and part 10, step 9 on the left, step 10 on the right. So it's just starting off with a see-through red 1x2 for each wing, and then an orange L. For step 9, I've got the gap facing northeast, and for step 10, it is northwest. So nothing really special, but hopefully we can do a little bit more with the wings with step 2 of both parts 9 and 10. Part 2 of steps 9 and 10 are over and done with, and everything is now linked together Yes, definitely. So we've got some see-through L's, where the majority of the L's is covering the see-through red 1x2 and linked to the orange L's from the previous step. Then they've each got a cream 1x1 right here and again here, so that it's all forming the the wings of Moltres. There's no fire to it whatsoever. And then 3 1x3s right here, so that everything is connected to get coming along nicely. So with that over and done with, we're now going to move on to part 3 of each step respectively. So part 3 for steps 9 and 10 are nearly done, really, for step 10. Part 9 is fully completed. Let me show you what I did first so that you get an understanding of what you have to do. For the orange pieces, I've got an orange L and a 1x2 right here on my fingertips. So I put the 1x2 underneath the L and make sure that it is not covering part of the L that will be attached to the wing like so. So it should look like that from a side perspective. Then for each... Oh, I believe I've done it wrong. Yes, I have. So it's the wrong way for me. Here on part 10. So it should look like this now. Then what I did was I grabbed cream 1x1s here and here and made sure that they were covering the L's, the see-through L's from part 2 with each step. Then a cream L right here and here, so that it connects the pieces from the previous part of the step, and then a 1x2 in the same color, so that it starts to create the flapping effect for Moltres' wings. And with that over and done with, I'm now going to move on to part 4 of each step to carry on with more of Moltres' wings. Okay, so part 4 for steps 9 and 10. 9 is done, 10 nearly done. Again, I'll show you in a minute. I began with instead of going front to back, I went back to forth for each part of their steps. So I began with the cream L's, and I had to make sure that the long parts are aligned with the rest of the body, the wings, sorry. And then I placed a see-through red right here, where the gap is facing southwest for step 9, but for step 10, I'll show you in a minute. I first of all grabbed a see-through red and placed it on like this, and then underneath that see-through red is another see-through red where the gaps are aligned with each other, so it kind of forms something of a footstep effect, as you can see right here on the screen. And then an orange 1x1 right here to complete each of the parts. So that's what part 4 of steps 9 and 10 should look like. I'm now going to get to work on step 5, where it looks like we're going to be working on more of the flame effect of the wings. Part 5 of steps 9 and 10 are done, and it is an interesting direction that we're going with the wings right now. Each wing started off with a 1x2 light cream, if I could just, here we go, right here, and then an orange 1x2 right next to it, where it is a peg away, and then right here at the end of each of the wings is a see-through red L. Now for step 9, the gap should be facing northeast, and for step 10, the gap should be facing northwest, and it should have a little gap in between the two L's as such, so that it kind of forms like a little pincher effect, like so. So with that now over and done with, I'm now going to move on to part 6 of each step to carry on with the flame effect of the wings. So we're now done with part 6 of each of the wings, and again, it's really easy. It's just a cream L on part 9, where the gap is facing the southwest, and then an orange L right on top of it. An orange 1x2, and then a see-through red 1x2 right here at the back. And then for step 10, it is the same again, but the gap is facing southeast instead. So with that over and done with, it looks like we're going to be building up more towards the tips of Moltres' wings. So part 7 of both steps is coming up in a second, guys. Part 7 of steps 9 and 10 are over and done with, and we have got more effects done for the wings. So for part, we began with a creamy brown 1x2 right here, followed by a see-through red, then an orange L where the gap is heading towards the inside, the wing itself. For part 9, step 9, it's northeast, and for part 10, step 10, it is northwest. And of course, to fill in the gaps of each of those orange L's is a see-through red 1x2 again. And with that over and done with, I'm now going to do part 8 of each step on camera. So for each of those wings, we're going to need a cream L, a creamy brown L, and a see-through red. Now, I begin by placing the L. Okay, I don't know what happened, guys, but camera's back. So anyway, I begin with a cream L, and then a see-through red 1x2, and then I place it over as such. And that is what it should look like on part 9. For part 10, should be something like step 9, and step 10 should be like this. That's over and done with. And now I can move on to part 9. In fact, it would be best if I did the remaining parts 9 to 14 on step 9, so you can get an idea of what it should look like, I think, on each wing and what to do. So for part 9, we grab a cream 1x2, place it on top like this, a see-through red 1x1, and then an orange L, like this. Hopefully the stability will be resolved. Step 10 of part 9 is a light brownish, well, creamy brownish 1x2. Everything is secured. Brilliant. And then it is another see-through red 1x2. That's what it should look like now. Then for part 11, it is a creamy brown 1x1 right here, followed by an orange 1x1 here, right next to it. And then a see-through red 1x2 to create more of that flame effect. Part 12 is a light brownish, creamy brownish 1x1 here, then an orange 1x2. Next up, part 13, a creamy brown 1x2, followed by a see-through red 1x2, and then for part 14, a creamy brown 1x1 here, followed by an orange 1x3 to top it all off. So that's what the wing should look like. Now, before I assemble this onto the main body of Moltres, I'm going to go and do the other part, part 10, off camera, and then gather all the pieces ready for the full assembly. So these are what the wings should look like once you've done the final parts of each step respectively. And now we're going to attach them onto the body of Moltres, starting off with step 9, which I believe should be on like this. And then step 10 should be like this. And it is done. Brilliantly, I should say. So there's only one thing left to do, which will be the feet for Moltres. Because how else is a bird Pokemon supposed to stay on the ground if it's not flying? Okay, so before we do the final full assembly, let me just show you guys what had to be done. First of all, it is a tower of see-through 1x2 whites right here, where my finger is pointing. Here we go. And then we place it on top of the two 2x3s, which then creates the tower that Moltres will, well, the display stand that Moltres will stand upon. Now for its feet, we just grab two cream brownish 2x2s, and we stack them on top of each other like so. And then we apply a brownish 2 by each one on top of the model, underneath the model. I believe I've got the right leg right at the back. Go. And then the left leg like so. And then finally, in between each one is the see-through one tower like so. And there we go. The fire Pokemon Moltres. Yes. Ready to fly into Victory Road to challenge the Heat Trainer Red. And of course, do let me know what your favorite variant of Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno are down in the comments below, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time for some more Nanoblock action. Did you like my little unboxing video? If you did, why not check out my other content right here? I have a nice little video for a Nanoblock set from a video game series, or I have a playlist right here for all of my past builds. And if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can help the channel grow, and ring the bell to get notified on my latest videos. Happy gaming, guys, and I'll see you at the next unboxing build.